My name is Jake, and I did Why is Overfishing Bad for the Food Chain? Because I'm all into fish and I like to collect fish, so I'm really sad that we're overfishing. Well, actually, a few facts about overfishing. Sometimes companies, when they overfish, they overfish a certain kind of fish. So, like, say you ever heard of fry? Obviously, fry, which is those little fish, or those little not banjos. You see those fish that, like, trout, bass eat. Well, sometimes they overfish them for food, fertilizers, and stuff like that. Well, predators like salmon and barracuda cannot feed off of those, so they die off. So it's like a big web that happens. It's like everything's connected in some way, and it sucks. Since the 1950s, we have been like the technology for fishing has been like growing dramatically. It has about like an estimate of like about four times since that we have overfished. Like in about 30 years, a fourth of the fish of the species. Sorry, I can't get my words right. Will almost be extinct, and statistically, we're gonna lose 1/4 of it. So, for example, when I go fishing, like I go off the coast to San Diego, and I used to go a lot with my family, like my uncles and everything. We used to charter a boat sometimes off of Newport. I was like in 7th grade. We used to like line going out, and we get a hook real fast. And then like a couple years ago, I went fishing, and I asked them like, why isn't the fishing so bad? It's because a lot of people go off the coastlines, and they just like carry fish in big nets. So that's like another example, like my personal example too. I went fishing a couple years ago with my buddy. We got like one fish, and we're out on the water for like 9 hours just trying to fish, charter a boat off of San Diego. Fishing is very crucial. So now what they're doing these days is trying to build farms for predatory fish, so they raise them so they don't have to go out in the wild and catch them. So they harvest them themselves. But it's making little impact, but some. So that's another good reason to help the environment for the fish. Yeah. So overfishing is bad for these. Because also when you take those little fish and when you take those little fish and you catch them, those little fish need to eat some certain microorganisms. Those microorganisms are pretty crucial. Like they're bad for the environment, so you need those little fish. So when you catch all those little fish, sometimes they suffocate the water and they could kill big fish. Or sometimes you ever heard of like the red tide? Well, I don't know. It basically just deprives the oxygen out of the water, and sometimes we need those fish to come and eat that. And if we're killing off those little fish, or catching them for useless reasons, our oceans are going to die.